how fine she is, but when they hear her sing, they know she's in this business to stay. She's singing a song from her new CD that she co-wrote. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Tamia.
In the late 1990s, a soft yet powerful voice rose from Windsor, Ontario. Smooth, controlled, and instantly unforgettable, her name was Tamia. With hits like You Put a Move on My Heart, Stranger in My House, and the timeless classic So Into You, she became a defining voice of R&B.
Uncompromised, unrecognized, unparalleled, unsung.
But behind the success lies a journey of sacrifice, strength, and survival. This is the story of a woman who refused to be defined by obstacles. And this is Tamia. Tamia Marilyn Washington Hill was born on May 9, 1975, in Windsor, Ontario. Raised by a single mother, she grew up in a home filled with responsibility and love. As the oldest of four, Tamia often helped care for her siblings, but in the middle of daily struggles, one thing stood out: her voice. She sang everywhere: school, church, community events, and even as a young girl, people recognized the maturity in her tone. What do you remember most about growing up in Windsor?
I remember Windsor being quiet but full of heart. My mom worked hard for us. Singing became my escape. It felt natural, like something I was meant to do.
As a teenager, Tamia competed in musicals and talent shows across Canada. Her voice carried warmth, technique, and emotion far beyond her years. But success didn't come overnight. She wasn't from a major city, didn't have industry connections, and the path ahead was unclear. Still, her talent was undeniable, and eventually, it reached the right ears. When did you start believing a real music career was possible for you?
I think it hit me when people outside my hometown started noticing me. I still didn't know how to break into the industry, but I knew that something was happening.
In 1994, a single performance would change the course of Tamia's life forever. At the time, she was still a young singer from Windsor, performing wherever she could: community events, showcases, small stages that barely had working microphones. But her voice carried. It reached the right person at the right moment. Someone in the audience that night had industry connections, real connections. They heard something rare in her tone, something warm, controlled, and timeless, and they passed her name along to a musical giant. That giant was Quincy Jones. Quincy, one of the most legendary producers in music history, a man who had worked with icons from Michael Jackson to Aretha Franklin, saw something in Tamia immediately. He invited her to audition, an opportunity most artists only dream about, and Tamia didn't just show up, she delivered. Within months, she wasn't just singing in Windsor anymore. She was in major studios recording side by side with Quincy Jones himself for his album Q's Juke Joint. It was kind of belief that didn't happen often in music world. A career-defining moment, a door that opened and never closed again. How did meeting Quincy feel?
It was surreal. Quincy saw something in me before I even saw it in myself. Working with him was life-changing.
Tamia rose to fame during a time when R&B, and especially Black women's voices, were often boxed into narrow expectations. The industry had a long history of racializing sound, attaching certain tones, emotions, and singing styles to race. A voice could be labeled too soulful, too powerful, or even too quiet, based not on talent, but on stereotypes. Scholars describe something called the sonic color line, the idea that people don't just see race, they hear it. It shapes what voices are considered normal, professional, or acceptable, and which are dismissed as ghetto or too Black. Tamia's sound, gentle, yet technically brilliant, often existed outside what mainstream audiences expected from Black women in R&B. In 1995, Tamia delivered what would become her breakout moment with the song You Put a Move on My Heart. It wasn't just a performance, it was an introduction, a declaration, a moment where the music industry stopped and realized a new voice had arrived. The song was emotional and demanding, the kind of track that required real technique, real soul, and real vulnerability. But Tamia didn't just meet the challenge, she elevated it. Her tone was soft yet undeniably powerful, a blend of purity and emotion that felt both delicate and incredibly strong. Listeners heard something rare, a young woman with the control of a seasoned singer, shaping each note with precision and intention. The industry took notice immediately. Critics praised her ability to convey so much feeling without ever oversinging. And by the time the dust settled, Tamia, still barely 21, had earned Grammy nominations and national recognition. It was clear that she wasn't just a promising newcomer, she was a force, a voice that didn't rely on theatrics but honesty, and a voice that made people feel something the moment they heard.
Time after time, when I'm feeling low, something inside of me lets me know it's alright. Quincy is on my side. When the world seems a lonely place, I've got a dream that won't leave a trace of the blues. I just think of you, and baby, I know I got a real thing here by my side. You're someone, someone who needs me and he fills me with pride. Baby, now and forever, we'll never part. 'Cause you're the world to
3 years later, in 1998, Tamia released her self-titled debut album, and on that album was a track that would define her legacy, So Into You. From the very first notes, the song had a magic that couldn't be replicated. It was smooth and romantic, effortlessly blending softness with emotion. Tamia's delivery felt intimate, almost like she was singing directly to one person, letting the world listen in on a private moment. So Into You captured everything that made Tamia special. Her clarity, her restraint, her ability to communicate deep feeling without ever raising her voice. While the industry often favored big belts and dramatic runs, Tamia proved that true emotional power will come in a different way. Her phrasing was gentle yet unforgettable, her tone warm enough to wrap around the listener like a blanket. The song became an instant classic, not just a hit of its time, but a melody that would live for generations. Its smooth production and Tamia's flawless execution made it a staple of R&B playlists long after the 90s ended. So Into You wasn't just another track of her album, it became the heartbeat of her early career, a signature song that showcased her artistry, her elegance, and her unique place in the R&B landscape.
thoughts of you run through my head every time that I'm near you. I realize that you're heaven sent, baby. I think you're truly something special. Just what my dreams are really made of. Let's stay together, you and me, boy. There's no one like you around, oh baby. I really like what you've done to me. I can't really explain it. I am so into you. I really like what you've done to me. I
What
can't.
did So Into You mean to you?
It was one of those songs that just felt right. I didn't know it would become timeless, but I knew it felt like me. Warm, honest, and pure.
For decades, the music industry has placed different value on certain sounds based on race. Black musical forms were often labeled inferior until white artists copied them and suddenly they were celebrated. This hierarchy shaped how artists were promoted, marketed, and remembered. Tamia's smooth, technical style didn't fit the marketable stereotypes the industry leaned on. While white singers could perform with soulful tones, be praised for versatility, Black artists were often restricted to narrow categories. Tamia's artistry existed in the space between these racial expectations, which sometimes made her brilliance easy to overlook. As So Into You climbed the charts, Tamia toured the world. She brought a calm confidence to the stage, never oversinging, always in control. While her public life was blossoming, her private life was also taking shape. She met NBA superstar Grant Hill, and their connection was immediate. They weren't just two public figures, they were two people who found peace in each other. Grant supported her dreams, encouraged her growth, and offered the kind of emotional stability that often feels impossible in the entertainment world. Their love became a grounding force, something steady she could return to no matter how chaotic fame became. How did your relationship with Grant Hill shape your
Grant
life?
grounded me. The industry can be chaotic, but he was my peace. We supported each other through everything.
But in 2003, Tamia's life took an unexpected turn. After months of unexplained fatigue, weakness, and frightening physical symptoms, doctors gave her a diagnosis that would change the path of her career forever. She was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. MS is not a temporary illness. It's a chronic autoimmune condition that attacks the nervous system, causing numbness, pain, blurred vision, muscle weakness, and overwhelming exhaustion. For a performer, MS impacts everything. Bright lights can trigger flare-ups, travel can drain the body, rehearsals become difficult, and touring becomes unpredictable. Suddenly, the lifestyle that had built her career became the same lifestyle that threatened her health. Tamia didn't just face an illness, she faced the loss of the life she had worked so hard to build. In Black musical traditions, artists often use masking, hiding their pain behind beautiful melodies that outsiders couldn't fully decode. Tamia carried that legacy. On stage, her voice remained pure. Behind the scenes, she battled extreme fatigue, pain, and fear of the unknown. She learned to smile through flare-ups, to sing through discomfort, and to move with grace even when her body fought against her. Her music stayed soft and comforting, even when her reality was anything but.
Life.
How's health?
Health is very well. I'm doing very well, and like I said, about to do this tour, and for me, that's the best part.
Yeah,
Getting
it's
out
so
there.
good to see you so healthy.
Thank you.
I think you're a walking testament
Thank
for
you.
people who are dealing with
Yes.
MS, and that's a wonderful thing.
Yes.
Continued to affect her daily life, Tamia faced a difficult truth. She couldn't maintain the relentless pace of the mainstream music industry. The late nights, cross-country flights, constant rehearsals, and heavy promotion schedules were not sustainable for her illness. So she made a choice, one rooted in strength, not weakness. She shifted her priorities toward her health, her peace, and her family. She became a mother, a partner, and a woman committed to living a balanced life. She didn't chase the spotlight. She let it come to her. She didn't disappear. She transformed. Tamia's story became less about fame and more about resilience.
How do you stay healthy?
Well, I certainly keep up with my doctors and certainly make sure that everything is going well. I try to, avoid, obviously try and eat healthy and things like that. Just, sort of normal things that everyone else does, but exercising, eating well, trying to stay healthy.
What could you say to somebody who might have been just diagnosed?
Well, I would say that, oftentimes I get people that actually come up to me who have never told anyone. I'm the first person they've told, and they've actually been living with MS for 5 years, sometimes 2 years. And they come to me and they say, I've never told anyone this, but I'm dealing with the same thing, because I don't know if they feel some sort of shame, or they're not sure if people will treat them differently. I would say that, there are, certainly in 2003, it was certainly a scary diagnosis, and I think certainly more so than it is now. They have a lot more options now in 2015, right? So there are a lot of options, and certainly explore them all. Get to know, read. There's a lot of literature out there, and there are a lot of wonderful doctors, both in the regular doctors, obviously, and then homeopathic doctors. There's a lot of different roads you can travel down, and so certainly I would just say get as much knowledge about it as you can, because not everyone is the same.
Right.
Not everyone is, certainly in MS, it's sort of like a broad spectrum kind of diagnosis. Some people deal with certain things and some people don't.
Right.
Numbness and tingling, and some people have pain and nerve problems.
A
So
long-running debate in music about essentialism and social construction. Essentialism asks why certain races are believed to have a certain sound, whether it's natural or biological. But social construction reminds us that environment, culture, and experience shape the voice more than anything. Tamia's sound was shaped not by biology, but by the world she grew up in. Her Windsor roots, church singing, Quincy Jones guidance, and years of discipline, her voice wasn't predetermined by race. It was crafted through experience. How do you hope people will remember your music?
I hope they remember the sincerity. I always tried to sing from the heart. If someone felt loved or comforted through my music, that's everything to me.
Tamia's journey through the music industry was never about chasing fame. It was about staying true to the voice she was given. But the truth is, the industry can be unforgiving. To survive at the top, artists often have to make a turn, a shift into a new sound, a new image, or a new pace. And just as Tamia stood on the edge of that next chapter, ready for the kind of breakout that pushes an artist into superstardom, life interrupted. Her MS diagnosis forced her to take a step back at the moment when the industry demanded she push forward. Her constant travel, late-night rehearsals, and heavy promotion schedules that keep artists visible were no longer realistic. MS didn't just slow her down, it changed the rhythm of her life. And in a world that moves fast and forgets even faster, stepping back, even for the right reasons, can mean losing momentum.
Talked about had some health issues, and watching her first of all when she was diagnosed and how she attacked that, and had tremendous strength, and really is that was in 2003, so it's almost been 20 years.
How did that change you as a husband? Because obviously you go in thinking, is it for better, for worse, rich or poor, health and wellness, and then you are dealing with your own scare, and she has hers. How did that change you, or what you saw as your responsibility as a husband?
Well, when you go through your own stuff, that's one thing. But when you see a loved one, your family member, a wife struggle, that's tough. But like I said, she inspired me because not only did she overcome it, but she fought, she resumed her career, an incredible mother, is active, plays tennis. Like, you forget that she actually has this. And me, I limp around, I have a massive scar. It's a constant reminder, but to see her strength through it all has been inspiring. And she's still making music, still touring, still having a career.
You're still formidable together.
After her diagnosis, Tamia didn't simply walk away from her
With every passing moment,
fans too deeply to disappear.
thoughts of
After
you
taking time to
run
rest,
through
recover,
my
and understand her reality, she slowly
head.
found her way back to the stage.
Every time that I'm near you,
Being reminded the world that her voice had not been weakened.
I realize that you're heaven sent, baby. I think you're truly something special. Just what my dreams are really made of. Let's stay together, you and me, boy. 'Cause there's no one like you around. Oh, baby, what you've done to me, I can't really explain it. I'm so into you. Really like what you've done to me. I can't really explain it. I'm so into you. Oh, I really like what you've done to me. No, I can't really explain it. I'm so into you. I really like what you've done to me. Really explain it. I'm so into you. Close eyes, open wide. Do you get the message I'm trying to send to you? I'm not one to waste time, so baby, let our mindset vibes blend into. I don't wanna talk, no, no, no. I just wanna lay in silence in your arms. individual. Let's get into our temptations every minute with you, baby. Let's exceed our expectations every moment with you. I need passion like fire.
Tamia may not have reached the commercial heights that some predicted for her, but she reached something far more meaningful: a balanced life, a healthy spirit, a legacy built not on spectacle, but on sincerity. Her voice, soft, steady, and unmistakable, remains one of R&B's most cherished sounds. A sound that survived illness, industry pressure, and time itself. A sound that didn't need to shout to be heard. This is the evolution of Tamia, a woman who lived gracefully in a world that rarely allows it. A woman who chose love, family, and well-being without abandoning her gift. A woman who never needed superstardom to be significant. This is her legacy. This is her strength. This is unsung.
I need passion like fire, fire. Leave it smoking, leave it smoking. Yeah. Come on, keep on moving. Hey, keep on moving, don't stop. No, keep on moving, leave it smoking. Yeah, yeah. Say keep on moving. Yeah, keep on moving, don't stop. No, yeah, yeah. I need passion like